Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. More than 100 people now hospitalized with COVID-19. Health specialists implement measures to prevent local monkeypox spread. Later in sports, Jamaican swimmer Michael Gunning retires ahead of Commonwealth Games. Giovanni Dennis, and here are the details. Up first, COVID-19 hospitalizations in Jamaica are now above 100, placing additional stress on the country's healthcare system. 12 more persons have been hospitalized with the virus, increasing the total to 107. 3 of the patients are in critical condition, and 238 COVID-19 cases have been confirmed from 2,802 samples. The positivity rate is now 32.5%. Meanwhile, 2 more persons have died in Jamaica from COVID-19, increasing the total to 3,039. 2 more deaths are being investigated by the Health Ministry. Still on health, calls this afternoon for the government to implement measures to safeguard the nation against monkeypox, which is spreading primarily in North America and Europe. O'Shane Masters reports.
As the country prepares to navigate the 5th wave of the deadly COVID-19 pandemic, the nation could be faced with another dilemma. This in the form of monkeypox, a virus now spreading across Europe, Canada, and the United States.
Normally it is not an easily transmitted virus, and so that is one possibility. Or it could be that there might be a community of individuals who actually were with each other and had close physical contact, and then they have now moved to different parts of the world.
Now, players in the medical community are calling on the government to implement precautionary measures in a bid to safeguard the nation.
Many of the recommendations that will be made in order to combat monkeypox actually are the ones that we have been doing so far in order to deal with COVID. So I think the country is sensitized at this point in time.
In the meantime, the World Health Organization WHO says it is working closely with countries around the world where cases of a rare viral disease, monkeypox, have been reported. The UN agency in a statement said there were around 80 cases confirmed so far across 11 countries, with a further 50 cases pending investigation.
But whenever new and emerging disease occurs, the red flag should be raised, because it is new and emerging, and its pathogenicity is oftentimes unknown. So therefore, it is reasonable for the WHO, since it has been advised that this thing has occurred, to express caution.
O'Shane Masters, TVJ News.
And the monkeypox has been dominating the news both regionally and internationally.
In regional news, Guyana has become the latest CARICOM country to go on an alert for monkeypox virus, urging all medical personnel to immediately report severe skin rashes accompanied by other symptoms. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Nareng Singh, in a public health advisory, said an acute skin rash may present with lesions or blisters on the skin. Trinidad and Tobago last Friday urged people who have traveled to countries where the monkeypox virus has been detected and are symptomatic to visit their nearest health provider. The World Health Organization (WHO) reported that there were 92 cases of monkeypox confirmed in countries where the virus is not consistently present. More than 50 suspected monkeypox cases are being examined globally but have not yet been confirmed. On the international scene, the United States is releasing monkeypox vaccine from its stockpile and getting it to people at high risk of infection. The World Health Organization says smallpox vaccination also helps protect against it. Health officials say don't worry about monkeypox becoming the next pandemic. The virus spreads through very close contact, not through the air. And those were the top regional and international stories. I'm Sandy Williams.
And back locally, Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says the ministry is looking to start the upgrading of several hospital infrastructure in the coming week. Dr. Tufton made the comments while addressing a group of Jamaicans who have migrated to the United Kingdom in London last week. He said the upgrading project has been in the making for some 4 years, and so they are now at the stage to start the process.
The Spanish Town Hospital is going to see the biggest capital investment in any government infrastructure, over $6 billion. We're going to market this month for a contractor, international tendering. So if you know big contractors who may be interested in Jamaica, just look out for it. And it's an open market process.
Dr. Tufton said this will be one of the biggest capital investments in health infrastructure since independence.
We have Mayfair, St. Anne's Bay, we're doing 10 health centers. Then there is a Chinese gift of an adolescent hospital in Montego Bay, pediatric and adolescent. They are starting construction again in another month because we broke for COVID. And then there's a rehabilitation of Cornwall, which has been long in the making, but which will create a fairly robust infrastructure in those parts.
To other news, residents of Dudley Burke Lane in Yala St. Thomas are this afternoon calling on the local government to fix a drain they claim is threatening their health and making their lives difficult. Sandy Williams reports.
According to residents, this is the effect of a blocked drain, and the problem extends to the entrance of Dudley Burke Lane in Yala St. Thomas. The people say the situation gets worse whenever it rains. They complain that the problem has been plaguing their community for almost 2 decades, but escalated shortly after works on the St. Thomas leg of the Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Project began. The residents say their health is at risk as the stagnant water is a recipe for mosquito-borne diseases.
Maybe sickness can come from this thing also. And over the years now, we have this thing. Whenever like a rain fall, and worse now, the road work start, pipes start burst all about. But this problem get worse now about 3 weeks ago since the road work start. And the vehicle can't drive come out completely out of the lane. Me, we are disabled. I have a little scooter. If I come out of this, maybe I flood out of wash away, man.
So I come from up the road, I have to walk and walk on this side and just step on the 2 stones and this and just go to the shop. But please, somebody tell me I have to jump the wall because when the rain fall, the water here so flood out.
They are calling on the local government authority to resolve the problem.
I ask you, Mr. Mackenzie, with all respect, sir. The road that we have in Jamaica not too good. And as a local government, when me say I'll building, I'm going to name half of your name and things, sir. Do something for it. Do something for it. Not just out here, sir. We need it. Emergency repair right now, sir. Because we don't have no problem. Last night, I see nearly a bike man fall in this, sir. I'm going to ask you. Pay some attention, sir.
Mayor of Morant Bay, Michael Hugh, says he's aware of the issue and he has spoken to an officer at the National Works Agency assigned to Western St. Thomas about the problem. Sandy Williams, TVJ News.
And it's now time for a break here on the Midday News, but please stay with us. We'll have much more when you return. Welcome back. We're continuing the news. 7 people are now in custody in relation to the murder of a man in Old Harbour, St. Catherine. The man's body was discovered on Labor Day. Codian Barrett reports.
Police investigators processing a scene in bushes in Old Harbour, St. Catherine on Labor Day. A body identified to be that of Javon Miller was discovered in a shallow grave in the area. The man went missing a couple days ago.
An incident took place on the 18th of May 2022. About 7:50 p.m. in the Bullet Tree area of Old Harbour, close to the Bannister area, where one Javon Miller O.C. Baldy was in the area when he was approached by men, and then from thereafter he was missing. He was not seen from them.
Several 9mm spent casings were also found in the area, an indication of how he was murdered. The police say their investigation is progressing quickly and several persons have already been arrested in connection with the abduction and murder of the man.
We have 7 persons in custody based on information in the disappearance and the missing person, brother, of Javan Miller O.C. Baldy. They are presently in custody. They are being interrogated. Some are cooperating, and we hope to make a headway soon as it relates to charges.
In the meantime, in a separate incident, another person was also shot and killed in the Old Harbour Police Division on Sunday evening. Cody-Ann Barrett, TVJ News.
Onion farmers in St. Elizabeth are calling on the authorities to address a problem they insist has been crippling their livelihoods. The farmers lament they are being impacted by a disease in the onions. Sandy Williams reports.
The discoloration at the bottom of these onions indicate they are not fit for consumption. The farmers say it is caused by a disease that has been rotting their crops for 2 years. But the situation is even worse this year.
Normally, I could reap up to 2,000 bags, and I can't get 100 bags. See, you see how them lay down on the ground? As you take them up, see them here? They're no good. The onion beer come to perfection, and then they just pile up.
When we sow 4-acre onion, we get good yield. We're supposed to get over 2,000 bags. And right now we can't get. Might be if we get 300 bags out of this. We now get that. And I visited quite a few farms, and it's the same problem.
Crosby Bromfield, who employs several workers on his St. Elizabeth-based farm, says he has lost millions so far.
I have to pay them $3,000 a day, plus one food, $700, one drinks, $150. I chuck water, $11,000 a load for wet this farm. I know what irrigation is here. And I sow this one, and now is the harvest time. This is what I see. You see, it's not good. I need some help. Millions of dollars lost in here.
We have some more onions, so and today we have the jot. We have the jot, and here so it's not that area where water there. So, everything it just lasts. That's as far as you can see. It's pale last.
The farmers are now appealing to the government for assistance.
We calling on the RADA, also the Minister of Agriculture, to step in and help with and quickly too. Not no long time, because farmers been going through a hard time over the years. Over the years we've been going a hard time because we have the issues with melon right now going on, and then the onion come back again. So we're looking for some help. We're looking for some serious help.
Sandy Williams, TVJ News.
And it's now time for the Business Minute with O'Shane Masters.
Russian aluminum giant Rusal has reportedly been making steady payments as part of a 2021 agreement to pay back production taxes it owes the Jamaican government. Mining Minister Audley Shaw told Reuters that Rusal has paid about 45% so far of a $35 million bauxite production levy. As part of a 2021 agreement, Rusal paid the government 40% of a debt upfront late last year and then agreed to make 30 monthly payments starting in November. Rusal, the world's largest aluminum producer outside of China, runs a bauxite and aluminum production complex in Jamaica via its subsidiary Windalco. According to its website, Windalco has an annual production capacity of 502,000 tons of alumina and 4 million tons of bauxite. Starbucks is getting out of Russia in response to the Kremlin's unprovoked attack of neighboring Ukraine. The coffee giant released a statement Monday saying it will no longer have a brand presence in Russia. It's been operating locations in the country for 15 years and had 130 licensed cafes. Officials say they will support the roughly 2,000 Starbucks workers in Russia by providing pay for 6 months. And that's it for the Business Minute. I'm O'Shane Masters.
And we now head to a quick break. When we come back, Renardo Brown will have the Midday Sports.
Welcome back. It's now time for your Midday Sports. Now, Jamaican swimmer Michael Gunning has retired from the sport at the age of 28. Gunning is a two-time World Championship competitor and the holder of several Jamaican national records, but decided not to attempt to qualify for this year's Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. He says the time is now right to retire from the sport despite not having achieved all his dreams in the pool. In football, Arnett Gardens and Malines United played out a 6-goal thriller, drawing 3-3 in the Jamaica Premier League on Monday night at the Anthony Spaulding Sports Complex. Now, it was Malines United who took the lead in the 16th minute through Makwan Aldridge, and it remained that way until the halftime break. Ronaldo Cephas pulled Arnett level in the 48th minute before Marlon Allen put them ahead in the 72nd minute. Jaime Harris then pulled Malines level in the 83rd. Substitute Rivaldo Mitchell then gave Malines their second lead of the contest in the 89th minute, only to see that wiped away again through a stunning strike from Kimarne Arboin in the 90th minute. Now, earlier, Montego Bay United secured their first win in 15 matches following a 1-0 win over Portmore United at the same venue. Nevon Turner got the all-important goal of the contest by converting from the penalty spot in the 39th minute. This is Mobay United's second win of the season, the other coming on January 31 against Malines United. In the NBA, the Boston Celtics leveled their Eastern Conference playoff final against the Miami Heat with a 102-82 win at home on Monday night. Jason Tatum led the way with 31 points to help the Celtics level the best-of-7 series at 2-2. Peyton Pritchard scored 14 points, while Derek White excelled with 13 points for Boston. Victor Oladipo led Miami's scoring with 23 points. Game 5 of the series takes place in Miami on Wednesday. And the Golden State Warriors could wrap up their Western Conference Finals against the Dallas Mavericks tonight as they lead the best-of-7 series 3-0 heading into Game 4. In cricket, visitors Sri Lanka recovered from a dismal day with the ball to level or leave honours even at stumps on day 2 of their second test against Bangladesh in Mirpur. Sri Lanka reached the stumps at 143 for 2, trailing by 222 runs. Captain Dimat Karunaratne is not out on 70, while night watchman Kasun Rajita is yet to score. Oshada Fernando scored 57. Earlier, resuming at 277 for 5, Bangladesh were bowled out for 365. Mushfiqur Rahim was left not out on 175, while Litan Das made 141. Remarkably, no Sri Lankan spinner had a wicket in the innings. Rajita bagged 5 for 64, while Asita Fernando claimed 4 for 93. The first test ended in a draw. And finally, world number 2 Daniil Medvedev reached the French Open second round with a comfortable win, but 14th seed Denis Shapovalov made a surprising exit. US Open champion Medvedev at 26 won 6-2, 6-2, 6-2 against the Argentine Facundo Bagnis, ranked 103rd. Now, the Russian reached his first quarterfinal at Roland Garros last year, having lost in the first round the 4 previous times. Meanwhile, 2021 Wimbledon semi-finalist Shapovalov went down in straight sets to Danish 19-year-old Holger Rune, 6-3, 6-1, 7-6. And that's it for your Midday Sports Report. Giovanni, it's back to you.
Thanks so much, Leonardo. And that's it indeed for the Midday News. I'm Giovanni Dennis. Join us at 7 for Primetime News. On behalf of the news, sports and production teams, have a good afternoon.